Wait, you're not perfect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm joking. This is a special holiday, episode. Maybe a little bit competition. You want to kind of
compete from a level 10 to a level 1. You stay this long with us till the end. This is your reward. Hi, Tiana.
Hi, Ren.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Zen with Ren. And it's a little different this time because I have a special guest.
And you see, the surroundings and stuff look different. I'm Tiana, and I'm so happy I could be here on this episode to join.
Yes, and if we do well, I think I will always ask Tiana to do a segment of Zen with Ren with me. So, what we plan to do in terms of nails today, Tiana?
Actually, before we jump into that, Ren, I have a question.
Okay.
So since coming up with the Zen with Ren, can you kind of give me a little bit of insight, since this is my first time being on the Zen with Ren, the mindfulness part? What am I supposed to be focusing on moving forward?
For me, I can speak for my experience because I think mindfulness or self-awareness through meditation is so unique to each individual. So it's not like a cookie cutter, but I think interestingly, I was listening to a podcast and someone said, basically, I really resonate now is that through meditation is learning how to love. I think through awareness, through meditation is you can say learn how to love yourself, how to love others, the feeling to grow your feeling of connectedness. Some people would resonate how to love God, whatever that means to you. So it encompasses everything like that. So I think through the process of mindfulness, you go inward a lot, and it's a process of exploring more understanding about yourself.
I feel like with nail stamping, it kind of encourages that kind of maybe thought process, because oftentimes we're doing nails by ourselves. So it kind of gives a more meditative state, I guess, for us to be in. But I feel like I have a pretty similar story, maybe not exactly like yours, but I had an experience where I kind of came to an understanding, because sometimes, if we're being completely honest, nail art can be kind of stressful depending on what the moment is. Sometimes things don't always go right. That's just the reality. Or life gets in the way into your thought process, and that also reflects on the nails too. Mistakes happen, and you start getting frustrated. But I think what you're saying, perhaps with the love, has to do with also giving compassion to yourself in the process. So the word that I kind of keep in the back of my mind is grace. And how important that is to give ourselves that in the process of, life going on and frustration and, being stressed. And that kind of applies to the season we're in right now, right?
Yes.
This is a special holiday, episode. So I think that maybe kind of ties in with what you're saying too.
Yes, grace, I think so, because we are not perfect. We always want to become better, but along the process, I think we make mistakes.
Wait, you're not perfect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yes. As much as I hope I am, but I accepted I'm a flawed human being, and that's okay too. And
For sure.
and why I think I started Zen with Ren in the YouTube channel is I was really encouraged to see so many people find a slice of peacefulness with nail art. They share, a lot of people, customers, they actually spend the time and write us letters. And then I think I just wanted to just do a small part to contribute, spreading the message, alongside the business wise, besides that. But I think it's a goodwill because it really benefit me. I think the mindfulness practice and, the relaxation. I don't do nail art in general. It's not really my thing.
Show them your nails. Show them your nails.
It's all blank canvas right now, but we're doing it on tips today. So, but I felt that it is, it's for those who resonate, it will be helpful to kind of connect nail art with finding a moment for yourself, the me time. That you know, you and Devin talk a lot about finding the me time, cultivating that me time as well.
Me time is very important. I feel like it was only, so it's actually funny that you mentioned that too, because just last night, my son, who's 4 years old, he asked me, he goes, "Mommy, why do you like long nails?" And I told him, I said, you know, oh, here, this is what the nails look like. But why do you like long nails? And I told him, I said, well, when I was, you know, pregnant with you, and after I had you, I said, you know, I used to do things for myself because you weren't around. But now, you know, I didn't want to scratch you. I had creams and lotions and potions I had to put on you. So finally, when you could kind of do things yourself, you know, I forced myself to try and do something that would make me happy. And I went back to doing nails because that was the thing that, you know, not only does it look pretty, or, you know, it's me time, makes me feel good, makes me feel confident. And who doesn't want to feel like that, you know? And whether you call it's embracing yourself, and, you know, you can get creative, and it is taking back a piece of, as I think, especially if you become a parent too, taking back a piece of yourself that it's like, okay, this is mine again.
But here we are now doing this together. So I think we you never know, you know, life changes, and part of, you know, the practice I do, you know, we talk about the law of impermanence. You know, things will constantly change. You know, I think it's important to cherish the moment that we're together in Maniology and make the best out of it. You know, that's why we're doing this today. You know, trying to think of something that, you know, it's fun for us to do, good for the business, and also benefit our community. I think that's what we're doing.
So we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I don't really think that there's anything too formal. This is real cash, and just two people maybe just trying to be present, and maybe a little bit competition. Do we want to kind of talk?
No competition.
No.
In nail art.
I think
that's something else.
No, I think that's just personal competition. But no, I you know, it takes away from the whole grace of doing the art and everything. But you want to kind of
compete from a level 10 to a level 1. I mean, there's no competition there. I mean, I can compete with you with
golfing or something.
Or let's say how long.
Oh no, golf is no competition for sure. But you want to kind of go in a little bit of what we have in front of us today.
Okay. So Tiana and I decided to use the Swirl plate, which is the M357, and what we talked about is each of us think, okay, we go free range, like just come up with anything that we want on the tips. Basically, that's what we wanted to do, right?
Like come up with a look. And, you know, I like the idea that, because, you know, just like our community, you're an individual, I'm an individual, we have our own style. But we do have some constraints just using the same plate. And we do have polishes here that we can use. No rhyme or reason, it's just kind of thrown randomly here. And we have our black and white polish, which is just classic, and our favorite stampers, and I think we're just gonna kind of see where it goes.
Yes.
But you want to dive right in, and then we'll kind of see where it goes.
I'm gonna peek what you do.
Oh.
Okay, we'll start, and then
wait. Do you need a moment so you can kind of figure out, or do you have an idea?
I have an idea. I did my homework.
Okay.
I did my homework.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
let me roll up my sleeves here. Oh shoot. See, this is what happens living on the edge. So you see the color of shirt that I'm wearing. Yeah. So wish me luck that I don't get any polish on my shirt here.
Okay.
But you ready to get started?
Yes, let's get started. And we're just gonna chat along.
Yeah. So right now, if any of you are wondering, and oh, look at my thummy. I had really nice nails, and then this one was just a victim of gift wrapping. So, but we have some tips here. We're gonna come up with a look, And I know we get a lot of questions. I know
Mhm.
I'm just kind of like Maniology living over here, but this thing is called Uhu Putty, Tacky Putty. That's what we're using to put the nails onto the stand.
Yeah,
a lot
you
of times we get questions about that, so I
Okay.
figure I just kind of plop that in.
Oh yeah, you helped me set up everything. That Tiana was the one that set up the whole station for us today. I'm thinking what I should do.
So yeah, actually I'm gonna start working on my base here.
So Tiana, what's your form of relaxation nowadays?
Nowadays, well, I'll be completely honest because we're in the holidays. There is no such thing as relaxation. You know, honestly, in the middle of the night after I put my son down for bed and everything, I do go on TikTok shamelessly, and scroll and learn a whole bunch of things. Look for the funny things. I like to look at animals right now. I am really in love with otters and seals.
Why is that?
Because they're cute.
Okay.
It's a good palate cleanser for like the wackiness that's in the world in general. But so I've been really enjoying that. But honestly, I mean, I engage with my family a lot, and that really means a lot to me. I think it kind of is a nice calibration for getting me back to like grounding me a little bit. And I feel very fortunate. I live in an extended house, so my grandparents are still around. They're in their 80s, and it's all about making memories. I think that's kind of what keeps me level-headed and stuff. Nail art is something that I do for myself. That's not, that's a selfish thing. I mean, I do it for work. It is work related too.
Yeah, we were just talking about your nails the other day. I think they're beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, it's not bad working for a nail company either, but yeah, so that's something I do for myself selfishly, which I love. What about you?
I have a practice of daily meditation, so that's a form of, I think, relaxation, and so I do what I preach.
Of course,
that's what I
should
be. Not nothing really crazy. Like you don't have. I think there's a misconception on meditation for a lot of people. Like you have to be like so hardcore, just sit there doing nothing for an hour or even half an hour. But I just meditate in the morning, like 10 minutes, and then before bed maybe 3 to 5 minutes. That's like the thing that I'm committed to do, because the teachers that I follow, they emphasize one thing, not like a personal teacher, but like online, those that I resonate with, is rather to be short, but keep the chain intact.
Right.
So I do resonate with that, and then so that's what I do. Other than that, I golf. I like to go golf.
Right.
I'm doing something. I'm letting my polish dry.
Yeah, so I have my base too. Honestly, I'm thinking about how I want to execute this. So
Me too.
I'm trying to trying to figure it out.
You don't have to withhold your intent, I'm not
No,
gonna...
I mean, I'm trying to think which image would be best.
Yes, I'm trying to replicate something. So,
do any of you guys have this plate? M357. I know this was a really popular plate. In the future, I would definitely like to see what you guys have done. We are on social media. You can send us a picture through email. Okay, I think I'm gonna snag these polishes.
Oh, you using so many colors. I'm keeping it simple.
No, I'm keeping it simple too. Look, I just have one black base. So for any of you who are who's wondering, I just did a straight up black, and I use a makeup wedge to put the black, and I put that onto the base, and then I'm going to be using these 3 colors: Well, we'll see if we'll just make it colorful here. I feel like this is a really elegant plate.
Yes,
so
it is.
that's kind of the inspiration that I'm using.
It's very versatile too, I think, this plate. How long do you usually wait for the tip to dry?
Well, with the method that I use, I can stamp right away.
What method do you, I saw you were using the sponge.
The sponge.
Okay.
But when we do it this way and just polish it right onto the nail, depending on how heavy-handed you are, you might have to wait a little bit.
Okay.
So
we're not in the time rush, so help yourself. You can
hint, hint, wink, wink. That's a tip for
proceed.
next time when
Okay.
he's doing this.
Oh, you have one for me.
Insider tip. Yeah. See,
Okay.
look, I wasn't trying to be stingy. I gave you.
So did you you paint the polish on here first and then just tap it? I didn't see
This
what
is
you
funny. Watching the boss, he's like, what's your insider tip?
did. I look at different aspect of the
business.
Of the business, yes.
So yeah, so what I did was just paint this portion of the
What you call this?
Oh,
again?
too bad you painted all of them already.
Yes.
But yeah, so after that, you just go ahead, especially if you're gonna do just one color, then I would just kind of press it, stipple it on. And with lighter colors, it can tend to be sheer. You might have to do two, but the greatest part, especially when we're recording, is how quick it dries. Because you're not gobbing on like a whole bunch of polish.
Yeah, I can see it's pretty much dry too from my point of view. It's kind of dry.
Yeah.
So I'll wait a little bit more and then I'll proceed with my plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I know you and I talk about meditation. It's I felt that my intuition tells me you're also curious too. Like sometimes on and off you ask me, and then I would try to encourage you, but it's funny because from my teaching, like we never wanted to force anyone to do it. Yeah. So yeah,
you can't force me. I'm stubborn.
Well, anyone, and it's not my my style too. But
Right.
I would share, and then there's of course each one of us makes our own decision. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I have a funny story that maybe you guys might find funny. So, I years ago, I used to take a hatha yoga class.
Okay.
And this is, it's a stretch, real elementary kind of class and stuff. So it was perfect for me. And, in the end of the class, what I really loved was, the teacher, the instructor would come around and spray like the lavender and everything and get us into like Savasana.
Savasana is just like sleeping, right?
Well, no, it's supposed to be a meditative, like, close your eyes and, be present, all that kind of stuff. Well, my present practice took me right into Savasana sleep. So, yeah, I never went back to a class after that because when I woke up, the lights were on, people were rolling up their mats, and I was just laying there in my practice of sleeping. So I never gave myself grace, so I never went back to the class after that. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe my meditative practice is kind of telling myself mantras to get my head right. That's maybe something I do. Yeah. I've been trying to practice that a little more.
I'm gonna do sort of like use the swirl to kind of do like a French tip style.
Oh,
I think
sassy.
that's my plan.
Fancy.
That's one thing about your intention versus reality.
Okay, so I need to clean off my plate here. Grab my less pineapple cotton grabber.
I have my pineapple.
He was saying how it doesn't look very nice, but I was like, my pineapple fell off a long time ago. I think they'll understand. So how are you doing over there? Is your idea coming together?
You'll see. I am trying my best.
Okay.
It's already hard to do it
and talk at the same time.
And then you have the camera on, right? So I'm trying to just be really modest in my ambition here.
It's okay. The best you can do, that's good enough.
What do you usually like to do with your nails? Like, what do you have a style that you
Oh, style.
that you go
I'm
for?
a dark girl.
Oh,
I if you ask me, I think the colors that I feel most comfortable in, I use black a lot. Dark colors.
like for every like the base color.
It could be base color, it could be the stamped color, it could just be like the accent and stuff. I just like using black. I think I don't know. It's my inner my inner thing. But even like my nails now, you can kind of, it's kind of my next color is like an oxblood color, which is like a darker purple or red. And I really enjoy using that too. So do you have, when you're doing like your Zen with Ren and stuff,
Yes.
you know, some of us, we have like our favorite nail things. After you've been doing this series, do you have some favorite nail stamping things that maybe you can share? What are some
like
Ren tips?
Tips. I think one tip I would offer is that I think the basic thing is you know how to apply the polish, scrape. I think with the intention you want it to be smooth, you know, this action right here, like smooth in terms of allowing the polishes go into the groove of the clay. And then I think this the pickup part a lot of people may have struggled is just believe that you can just lightly roll. I think that's like the best part. Lightly roll. That's my tip, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to like shake, and you want to do like one smooth rolling action, and then it will pick up. So let me try to do this.
So I'm gonna.
So that's my tip. Yeah.
Pause over here and watch Ren do his technique.
Okay.
But you know, no, I think that's a really good tip because, you know, even though Ren, I think, has like his way, and I actually might do things differently. I think that's just a really good show that you have to find the technique that best works for you.
Yes.
And I think in some cases,
so that's what I do. Like
there
so I may do a couple times, but no, and then I just kind of get myself ready and then just roll it, and then you see,
pick up.
Pick up, and then I know you use the tape quite. Or some people use the scraper card.
Oh, to isolate?
To isolate.
Yes.
And then I usually have like the stamper station next to me while I do it, and so that I can clean up the stamper.
Right.
Like just.
I usually have a sticky stamper station, but I won't lie. We actually ran out, so the Scotch tape has really been working nicely, but I probably should have grabbed.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I did for this one.
I'm kind of,
Yeah, I think, see, angling it looks pretty nice to me, like kind of with the swirl. But yeah, I really enjoyed seeing people using stamping as a form of finding their me time. Especially like with when you and I have kids. So a lot of parents, you know, throughout the day, you know, they pick up the kids, you know, like that's what I do. I drop them off to school, pick them up from school, and then, you know, dinner, and after a little bit they go to bed, right?
right.
And then a lot of the people they share, they find time to do nail art as a form of, you know, being quiet, you know, kind of a self reflective moment. No, of course you are focusing doing the nails, but you are reserving time for yourself. So it's kind of like it's different. Meditation is more about knowing what you do as each moment passes. You kind of be aware of each moment, being present.
Right.
Doing nail art, sometimes you might be, you know, totally immersed into it, but it is still a form of relaxation, the calmness. Yeah.
I agree. I'm actually using some special effects polishes, so I know for some it's like, oh, I can't really see, but I'm doing an oil slick
What is
type
that?
of technique.
Okay.
Here, show you what I got so far.
Ah, okay. Yes, you pick all the dark color.
So what? Again, the black, it speaks to me, so yeah. But honestly, I think I like to do simple manicures too. I'm not a very like overly complicated. I like complex manicures, but you know, sometimes it's the level because I DIY. It's like, oh, how can I achieve that for myself? So like this, I mean, it's one stamp, but the polish is kind of the wow factor because I'm mixing, you know, mixing it up. But
so you mix it when you apply on the plate?
Well, what I'm just doing is like putting some polish, like dots on the plate, and just picking it up and stamping it. That's it. There's, you know, not much isolating needed. It's just knowing where you want to place it, and that's it. I will say though, stamping on the camera is not the easiest.
Yes, it's not. Definitely it's not. Okay, this is what I have so far. Very simple one.
Oh, are you done?
I'm not done. I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay.
Like I do like nails when I see people like let's say five nails, and then I like the styles that like two of them are plain, pretty much plain, and then you have a couple that is like an accent to it. I like those styles.
I love an accent nail too.
What's the terminology for those nails? What do they say?
I mean accent nails where you know it's not the same. Yeah. I like changing it up too. It, as Devin says, it keeps interest. So but it all depends on where you're at. You know, of course, if you're just starting out, probably not gonna achieve the same level just right out of the bag, but you can definitely work there and get there.
Yeah, I like this swirl plate, like when the pattern is angled like this. I think it looks nice. I mean,
I have to check it out.
I'm gonna add one more right here.
Okay, so I'll show you guys what I have. Let me bring it up to the camera. So this is kind of a look that, you know, if this is something that speaks to you. But I did a oil slick technique, very, very simple, just using 3 of our special effects polishes. And now I'm gonna go ahead and top coat that using our smudge free. And then I'm going to, I noticed with this kind of technique and stuff, it looks better with matte. So that's what I'm gonna do to kind of finish it off. And it's actually one of my favorite techniques, but you know, when you're using something like, look how pretty that is. At least we can see the transformation. Look how shiny, shiny, pretty, pretty. Who doesn't like shiny, pretty things to look at?
So your setup has a light.
Yeah, well, you know, it's starting to look a little dark over here. So, but it offers a lot of glare. So we'll see how it works out.
So is this, let me ask you, do you still usually clean it more when your plate is like this after? Is that?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think that might be a lot of people's question too. So I did use acetone, but you know.
The plate is clean, but do I personally clean it more? I'll be completely honest. Once I'm done with my nails, I don't want to mess with it. I'll probably just leave the polish as is and then clean it when I need the plate.
But you can.
Nothing is wrong with the plate at this point. So for those of you who are wondering, oh, does it need to be shiny like right out of the package? No. The important part is getting the polish out of the grooves of the etching, like on each design. And that's with just the 100% acetone.
So I'm gonna finish up one thing.
The matter of it being shiny is just personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your clarification.
So did you figure out what to do with your tips there?
Yes, I'm almost done. Okay. I'm almost done. And this is only our first of many times, right? So we can do something else next time.
You hear him convincing over here.
Yes, I think our fans will love you to
Well, you can write in the comments, see if
yes,
you even
yes.
Is this something that you would enjoy? The banter of Ren and I. So how do you have an idea?
For
Mr. Boss, how long we've been working together?
Past 10 years, definitely. Like 12? Is it 12 years? Something like that. Yes, I think that's somewhat...
You know what? He's better at math than I am. I'm on the creative end. Mathing is not my strong suit.
I'm also I think I'm a creative mind person.
Too?
Yes. Rather than just the hardcore.
Analytical
yes.
kind of. So I'm trying to think. I was like, I want to say probably, 12.
12 years, somewhere, right? Because our tradition is when we pass 10 years, we would pass out, a lay recognition. And remember, I've done that.
And if many of you don't know
ago,
what lay is, we're located in Oahu, Hawaii, and lay is stringed up flowers of all different kinds, not necessarily only native flowers to Hawaii Island, but so they did give me a lay, and that was really nice. Who doesn't love to smell pretty with flowers, right?
I do want to take the moment to thank you for your professionalism
Aww.
for so many years, and we're still going strong. And then, but when we started, it was not Maniology. We were doing something else at that time. So
something completely different, actually.
Different, yes. And then we just morphed into nail art as one of the product lines, and then we became Maniology.
You know what? Before we start going into this, just to kind of raise on Ren, but as a reminder, earlier I was telling him this story and stuff of when I was applying for this job, how many times I had to apply.
Oh. You said twice.
I applied twice.
But I didn't.
I'm sure they don't even have my resume anymore. It's like gone, but...
We really don't have that many people, so I don't know why you say you applied twice. Maybe it skipped my mailbox. I don't even know.
But that's funny because we were doing something completely different. And it was still e-commerce based. And I remember we were in an office where basically there was like 5 or 6 desks and we were all just huddled together. Honestly, like it was like one big family kind of situation. And my desk was kind of like facing his and his partner, Carol, straight on. It was a different type of work scenario, but it worked. But we didn't stay at that office for too long, or I didn't stay at that office for too long.
Yeah, we didn't.
Before we moved into this space. So
yeah, we just recently painted the wall too here.
Not we, him.
Yeah, I did.
As a little personal project and stuff. But so how are you doing? Did you top coat?
I did not. So this is what I'm going to do. Yes.
Gotta remind.
Yes. I don't do this often. Okay. But no. I believe I improved.
No, for sure. But it's good to top coat, and the smudge free is just...
Any tip for top coating?
With the smudge free, it really doesn't matter. But it's necessary to protect your stamp design for sure. After you've worked so hard, it's good to do that.
And then I've heard from Carol, she said that sometimes you should you kind of elevate the bristle so it doesn't...
Or float?
Yeah. Does it matter?
You know what? Because the smudge free is shamelessly, I will say, pretty awesome. I don't really do that, but I could see, depending on how heavy-handed, that could just be a general good tip.
How many stroke usually? I'm asking all these questions, but I believe not many people would know. They might want to.
No, I understand. The stroke honestly really depends on the size of your nail. I have huge nail beds. I can see you have huge nail beds as well. But I think there's kind of like a 3-stroke method. Let me see if I can show.
Center, left, right, like that?
Yeah. To get full coverage.
And always do the tip, right? Is it if
Oh, to cap the free edge?
Yeah, to cap the free edge.
And that just helps to, thank you for reminding me.
You know, I've watched your videos. I know that, you know. We have different roles in the company, so.
I know, I was like, you watch my videos for the tips or you watch it to make sure I'm doing a good job?
Which
one?
That's not for me to say. But here
Just
we
making
go.
sure.
Here we go. All right.
Okay, so I'll just let it kind of sit and dry for now. Mine actually, I love seeing the transformation going from shiny to matte for a matte finish. You can kind of see.
I need to put it on like yours.
So
you can see the difference. I'm just trying to. Did I? Yeah.
So I know, I mean, not everybody believes in astrological signs, but I'm just curious. Do you want to tell everybody what's your astrological sign?
I am, so my zodiac, right?
Your zodiac.
So I'm
your Western zodiac.
Western. I'm a Virgo and I'm a monkey.
A Virgo monkey. I'm a Virgo too. How funny. But I'm a cuspy. I'm on the cusp because my birthday is on the 21st. So Virgo, Libra, but I most definitely have more Virgo traits.
Yes, she and I are, we share a lot of personality similarities, I think. But I think through the years,
I'm a Virgo rat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't guess which
First
rat.
in the race.
Don't guess what age. Every 12 years, right? But I think through the years, you know, Virgo, people always say we are like a perfectionist. But I think through, you know, back to a little Zen with Ren, I think through experience and through the practice of, you know, meditation and, you know, teachings like that, I came to realize there's no need to, I mean, you want to progress. I think you want to progress in things. You want to become better, but there's really no perfection, I think, in everything. And sometimes we beat ourselves when we try to be perfect as a parent, as an employee, as a brother, or as anybody. Yeah, there's a part of us we want to be the best, and I think the Zen practice is, you know, finding the middle ground, and I think that's what really taught me the most, I think.
Right. Yeah, I won't lie. It's definitely still a journey for me to figure those things out. Yeah. So again, goes back to the full circle, grace.
Grace, yes.
You know?
Yes.
Compassion of self and kind of learning those things along the way. I don't think it's not every journey is a linear A to B kind of situation. I think for most people that would probably apply. In my head, in my Virgo brain, it does get from A to B. Like there's like a straight path, but I think most people's journeys don't look
a little book recommendation, since you talk about the linear mindset. So if I've read the book by Mr. David Hawkins, The Map of Consciousness. So that's a good book. It talks about, kind of relate to, it's not actually linear, you know, when we think everything A causes B causes C, but it's actually much more than that. I think it's a great book. He wrote a lot of books, The Power versus Force and things like that, like other titles. But yeah, I would recommend his reading. Yeah. So since you've mentioned that, and then that just popped up into my mind. But I think
should put that in the description so other people can take a look at that too.
Yes. But for our first meeting this time, I think we should be good, right? I hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, you know
what?
what?
I don't want to put this together to yours, but
no. Let's see here. Come give. But again, you know, the whole purpose of this is that we're all individual. Ooh. Fancy. So you want to tell everybody what did you use as your base color?
My base color, I use this one right here.
Skin Deep?
Skin Deep. Oh, you remember. That. Okay.
No, it's because I've been working here that long.
How about my stepping polish? What color?
Pewter.
You are right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I also want to throw this out there. My Kingsley, my son, recommended that. Oh, you guys should have a Kahoot game with your community.
What is Kahoot?
Kahoot is like an online game. You have like questions, and then you can answer. There's like a multiple choice questions.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe you guys should host a Kahoot game with your fans and stuff like that, you know. So if that's something interests you, we can plan something like that. Maybe we'll come up with some prizes and things like that because if you don't know what's Kahoot, go search it up. Kahoot. Yeah. So I think it's pretty good today. I hope you guys like it. You got when the world around us moves fast, I hope you find a moment of peace with us.
I think maybe before we kind of sign off on today's video and stuff, do you kind of have a year-end review, maybe something you want to reflect on? I feel kind of like Zen with Ren is kind of...
How about we do this?
Something you did, something you want to share, something you think like would be a good takeaway, something that a goal you accomplish.
I can share this little story. I always wanted to it is my wish, although I don't want to force. I have 3 children. I always want them to practice meditation. But kids, they're naturally more active. Right? If you ask them to sit down to meditate, even for a few minutes, they don't understand. But I try other ways, and I found out this is something that I actually did at the company party, which I share, is during nighttime, on most days, I would just simply take 3 conscious breaths with them. Remember we did that in the party? So maybe let's take a moment and then we'll do it with you. If you stay this long with us till the end, this is your reward. Okay. How about we do just simply 3 conscious breaths?
Okay, so when you do the 3 conscious breaths, is it again, do we have to be sticklers for the eyes have to be closed and you have to have your fingers
Good
like
question.
this? I mean, like what is the purpose?
The purpose is to bring your awareness back to the present, and usually your breath is always accompany you, right? Because if you don't have your breath, you will be dead, right? So you're always breathing, okay? So it's just basically you don't have to force any pace. You don't have to breathe in and out through your nose. Whatever that feels comfortable or more natural to you. Basically, you are intentionally, but naturally bringing your consciousness or your awareness to how you breathe. Just attend to yourself inwardly, and then maybe we'll do 3 together right now. Just simply, whatever you're sitting, lying down, or standing, doesn't matter. Just bring your attention to inhale and exhale, but through the process, just the knowingness. That's the key, like knowing that you're breathing and just sense how it feels. Okay, so basically we'll do it together. That's it. It's just like 3 conscious breaths. But I don't know, does it do anything to you when you just simply bring your awareness to your breathing? I want to ask you.
I mean, I think actually this year I've tried to pay attention to the breathing. Maybe I didn't call it 3 conscious breaths and stuff, but as you were saying that, I started recently doing this thing called like pretzel breaths.
What is pretzel breath?
Like I would do this and then like stretch and then breathe in. Apparently this is like a technique for, I don't know if I learned this on Daniel Tiger or something.
The cartoon?
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but it's just to kind of, focus on your emotions and stuff too, and kind of breathe in deeply. I'm a natural sigher, actually. Like to sigh like
Okay.
The people around me often is like, oh, is Tiana mad? But I like doing that because it feels like you're releasing something. So it's like, no, it just feels good to do that. So not that I just randomly like to make noise, but I think it's kind of maybe a little off-putting for people, but I like to sigh and it feels good to just release. You have bad juju.
Oh yeah, I mean it's an interchange, right? Interchanging. You inhale is, and then you gotta exhale, and then you do want to take in more positivity, and they release the toxin. Even this is a yoga practice. I follow the teacher, so it's a natural cleansing process. It's just through your breath. Inhale and exhale the toxin out of your body. So yeah.
So however we get there, that's the moral of the story. Whether it's the 3 conscious breaths, pretzel,
or sitting down, meditation, or do nail stamping as a form of cultivating that presentness, beingness at the moment. Whatever that works for you, we encourage you to take the time to enjoy your me time, or do it with a friend like today.
This is a first actually, but this was fun. I think it's challenging to have to like focus and then talk, but not everybody would,
Yeah, I guess as we immerse and maybe do a few more times.
See, look at that. He's in it already. Okay.
They will become more natural. I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, this was fun. So I think we're gonna sign off.
Yes.
Show them the nails.
Drop us a comment. It will really help us. If you haven't subscribed, and if you stayed this long, you probably are benefiting something. So subscribe, hit the bell button. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, subscribe, definitely. I mean, on top of the Zen with Ren series, we do have Maniology Live, a stream that we do every Tuesday. And hopefully you walked away with something that you found to be enlightening, fruitful, fun, exciting. Hopefully we're entertaining to some degree.
I know.
But I think on my end, just hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and it's filled with a lot of awesomeness and
love and peace.
And like I always say, be kind.
Yes.
Be kind. So take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.